Yeah.
But Brendan Rodgers is going to need another left back then, Michael. If Kieran Tierney isn't coming now, we've got Greg Taylor and his contract standoff. So,
Yeah.
what happens there?
Celtic are facing a kind of busy end to the window, aren't they?
Was Brendan Rodgers sending out a message to the Celtic board by throwing on a couple of youngsters at Villa Park? You know, he said after it, no, it's clear we need to strengthen. But do you think there was a wee message there? Was it a wee subtle message with his team selection?
Yeah, we've seen this before with Brendan Rodgers, haven't we? That he is quite subtle that way. I think with Daniel Cummings, there's a lot of interest in that the kid as well. I think giving him a wee taste of it was a bold move, but also just shows the lad that, listen, you've got a future here, you're involved in this kind of fixture. That might help in terms of that aspect. I mean, Dave Murray coming on at the end when you've got a £4 million centre half on the bench, it's not got the ball all season. And Mike Narovki.
Anthony Ralston was also there. I mean, he could have put him on and shuffled things around.
I think it's pretty obvious that he does need a few more. I mean, selling Kyogo is a bold move in January. I mean, I know there's talk about Kyogo wanting to go, but you're still letting go one of the best players at the club. The main man up front is gone in January when there's still a league to be won.
Scottish Cup come on and scored a couple of goals, so it's all fine.
But are you going to rely on Adrian as a main man for the rest of the season on his own? I mean, he could get a hamstring before the Dortmund for the Bayern game, and then they've got no strikers, so they need a striker, and Rodgers knows this. He said it himself. So I think he doesn't have to send out signals through his team sheets. He'll be telling the board and his recruitment staff, Paul Tisdale, I need a striker, I need a left back by deadline day, Monday. If it's not going to be Kieran Tierney, it's somebody else we can rely on, because Greg Taylor's contract's running down. You might get to a point when he's maybe subliminally thinking, I don't want a broken leg, I've got a next job to worry about. So Celtic need to get their act together in the next few days and bring in at least 2 new players. The big question is it going to be a main striker, the main man, or somebody back up Idah? Interesting. There's money to be spent, isn't there? There's plenty of dosh.